Imagine being 120 feet above the ground when your helicopter's engine suddenly sputters and dies. What would you do? Can you survive the fall? On March 25, 2022, a tragic helicopter crash occurred in Rowlett, Texas, killing 2 people, including the pilot.
2 people are dead after a fiery helicopter crash. Hello, I'm Blake Hansen.
I'm Heather Hayes. The helicopter went down in a field in Rowlett late this morning, killing the pilot and a second person. It crashed in a field surrounded by a number of businesses. This is in the 2200 block of Lakeview Parkway, just west of Lake Ray Hubbard.
The crash took place just before 11:30 a.m. in an open lot near businesses on Lakeview Parkway. The Robinson R-44 helicopter caught fire upon impact. The victims were later identified by the Dallas County Medical Examiner's Office as flight instructor Laura Trout, age 31, and student pilot Ty Wallace, age 42. But here's the thing. The NTSB took charge of the investigation and released a report on April 14, 2022. It was revealed that the crash occurred during a training flight, which was the second of the day. The lesson included maneuvers such as emergency procedures, equipment malfunctions, and vortex ring state recovery. Wallace, who held the pilot certification for airplanes, was working to earn his helicopter certification. The NTSB's investigation indicated that the crash likely resulted from the main rotor blade striking the tail boom. The helicopter was maneuvering at about 2,000 feet when its airspeed significantly slowed, leading to a descent. Witness video footage showed that the helicopter and its separated tail section falling to the ground. The tail section was later found about 300 feet from the wreckage, on top of a nearby business building.
Jesus Christ! Holy crap.
Moving on, the Sushma Andari helicopter crash occurred on May 3, 2024, when a helicopter hired to transport Shiv Sena UBT leader Sushma Andari crashed in Mahad, Maharashtra. The aircraft was en route to Baramati for a scheduled visit when it encountered difficulties and ultimately crashed. Fortunately, all passengers aboard survived the incident, although the crash resulted in significant damage to the helicopter. Eyewitness accounts and video footage captured the moments leading up to the crash, showing the helicopter struggling before going down. The incident led to immediate investigations into the cause of the failure, with preliminary reports suggesting potential mechanical issues. Following the crash, Andari's visit was canceled, and she continued her journey via alternative means. As remarkable as the outcome of this accident was, another incident soon shows the unpredictable nature of such flights. On June 22, 2022, a tragic helicopter crash in Logan County, West Virginia, claimed the lives of 6 individuals aboard a Bell UH-1B Huey.
The NTSB and FAA is investigating a deadly helicopter crash outside of Charleston, West Virginia. The chopper went down around 5 o'clock last night along a rural roadway. This is Blair Mountain Highway in Logan County. First responders say the helicopter was giving tours of the area when it went down, killing all 6 people on board.
The incident occurred during an annual Huey reunion event at Logan County Airport, where participants were offered rides in the vintage military helicopter. The crash took place during the last scheduled flight of the day, when the helicopter lost engine power and attempted an emergency landing. Unfortunately, it struck power lines and crashed, bursting into flames. The National Transportation Safety Board later determined that inadequate inspections by the helicopter's operator, MARPAD Aviation, and insufficient oversight by the Federal Aviation Administration were significant contributing factors to the accident. Investigators found that had MARPAD conducted more thorough inspections, they likely would have identified critical fatigue cracks and other engine issues that led to the power loss. The NTSB criticized the FAA for providing basically no oversight of MARPAD Aviation, which operated under an experimental airworthiness certificate without adhering to updated inspection standards.
that Marpat, which is the owner of the Huey, has a lot of problems.
Problems that were listed in an NTSB report as contributing to the Huey helicopter crash in Logan County in 2022 included our details of a power failure in the engine that forced the pilot to make an emergency landing. But before he could touch down safely, investigators say the chopper hit power lines and crashed, bursting into flames. The operator of the Vietnam-era Huey was Marpat Aviation, based at the Logan County Airport. The NTSB says Marpat was partially to blame for the incident, saying the company failed to perform stringent and rigorous inspections of the engine. Such an inspection, investigators say, might have revealed problems with the engine before takeoff. The report also blames the FAA for offering, quote, basically no oversight on Marpat Aviation and failing to give guidance to the inspectors.
Next, a spectacular helicopter incident showcasing the effectiveness of auto-rotation can be seen in a recent video, where a helicopter successfully avoids a crash after an engine failure. Auto-rotation is a critical maneuver that allows a helicopter to glide safely to the ground when the engine loses power. In the video, as the engine fails, the pilot immediately lowers the collective lever, which flattens the rotor blades and reduces drag. This action enables the rotor system to continue spinning due to the upward flow of air, effectively transforming the helicopter into a glider. The pilot maintains control during descent by adjusting the cyclic controls, ensuring a steady airspeed and rotor RPM. Just before touchdown, the pilot skillfully raises the collective again to cushion the landing, demonstrating precise timing and coordination. This technique prevents a rapid descent that could lead to a crash, instead allowing for a controlled landing. The next video showcases a dramatic incident involving an AS-350 helicopter during a heliskiing operation at Bear Creek Lodge. The event highlights a phenomenon known as servo-control transparency, where aerodynamic forces on the rotor blades overwhelm the hydraulic servos, making it difficult for the pilot to control the aircraft. In the footage, the pilot attempts a low pass near the lodge and then pulls back on the cyclic control. This action increases the load on the rotor disc, causing the aerodynamic forces to rise sharply. As these forces exceed the capacity of the servos, the controls seem to lock up, giving the illusion of mechanical failure. The helicopter pitches to the right and ultimately crashes into the terrain. Despite the severity of the incident, no serious injuries were reported. While this incident showcased the challenges of flying, it wasn't the only close call the aviation world has seen. On February 19, 2022, a Robinson R-44 helicopter crashed into the Atlantic Ocean near Miami Beach, just off a crowded shoreline. The incident occurred around 1:20 p.m. local time, leading to immediate responses from local authorities and rescue teams. Eyewitnesses reported seeing the helicopter plunge into the water between 10th and 14th Streets, creating a scene of chaos as beachgoers looked on. The two individuals aboard the helicopter sustained injuries, but were quickly rescued. Investigators from the FAA and NTSB launched an inquiry into the crash. Initial reports suggested mechanical failure, as the pilot had reported violent shaking and a sudden loss of engine power just before the helicopter went down.
This morning, 2 victims from this weekend's helicopter crash in Miami Beach remain hospitalized. Passengers Morgan Geller, a local attorney, and Rochelle Arkin are listed in fair condition at Jackson Memorial Hospital. Pilot Robert Arkin, Rochelle's husband, was released from the hospital Sunday. The National Transportation Safety Board says it's too soon to tell why the chopper plunged into the ocean just free from swimmers. We are told the 3 people on board are family friends and were out for a leisure.
This incident raised important questions about aviation safety in crowded coastal areas. While it was fortunate that no one on the ground was hurt, the crash shows the potential risks associated with flying near populated beaches. In 1971, environmentalists in British Columbia founded Greenpeace to protest U.S. nuclear testing near Amchitka Island, Alaska. Since then, Greenpeace has grown into a global organization known for confronting polluters and authorities through direct, nonviolent actions. Their approach often involves quickly intervening in activities that harm the environment, and helicopters play a vital role in these operations. On October 10, 2006, a Greenpeace pilot was preparing for takeoff from a ship in the Irish Sea. The situation took a dangerous turn when the pilot attempted to lift off prematurely, believing the area was clear. As the helicopter rose, it pitched forward and lost control, striking its tail rotor on the deck. A deckhand, caught in the chaos, was left in a terrifying position, dodging the spinning blades while avoiding a leap into the sea. Fortunately, the blades missed him, and the pilot managed to bring the helicopter down safely. Additional crew members quickly secured the helicopter, preventing further damage. A closer look at the footage revealed a miscommunication. One crew member signaled to release the rear strap, likely leading the pilot to think he had the all clear. The near miss ended with no injuries, a lucky outcome for everyone involved. This wasn't an isolated case. In fact, another incident occurred under equally tense circumstances. On December 24, 2015, a dramatic helicopter crash occurred at Fiji's Treasure Island Resort, captured on video by a tourist. The helicopter, an island hopper's Eurocopter, was attempting to land amidst gusty winds when it struck a tree. Remarkably, all 7 individuals on board, including the pilot and 6 passengers, emerged from the incident unharmed. The crash took place just meters away from diners at the resort, adding to the shock of the event. Eyewitness accounts described the scene as chaotic, with onlookers expressing disbelief that everyone survived. Following the incident, aviation officials in Fiji initiated an investigation to determine the cause of the crash and assess safety protocols for helicopter operations in the area. The video footage of the crash went viral, showcasing the dangerous moment just before impact and highlighting the importance of safety measures in aviation. Fortunately, this time, it ended without serious injuries or fatalities. On February 15, 2023, a tragic incident occurred when a UH-60 Black Hawk helicopter from the Tennessee National Guard crashed near Huntsville, Alabama, resulting in the deaths of 2 crew members. The helicopter was on a training flight and was making its final approach to Huntsville International Airport when it encountered difficulties transitioning from visual flight conditions into a low cloud layer. As it descended, the crew lost control and entered an unrecoverable flight attitude, leading to a rapid descent and subsequent impact with the ground. The crash site was located on Alabama Highway 53, where emergency responders quickly arrived to secure the area and extinguish a post-crash fire. The 2 pilots, Chief Warrant Officer Daniel Wadham and Chief Warrant Officer Danny Randolph, were both experienced service members with significant tenure in the National Guard. An Army safety investigation was launched to determine the causes of the crash, which preliminary reports suggest may have involved spatial disorientation during the descent through the clouds. Now, let's focus on another story that captured attention for different reasons. During the film of Top Gear Korea in Coolidge, Arizona, a dramatic helicopter crash occurred while shooting a high-speed scene. The sequence involved a helicopter racing against a Corvette, but things went horribly wrong when the helicopter, worth over $11 million, lost control and crashed to the ground, shattering on impact. Thankfully, the pilot and mechanic aboard escaped with only minor injuries, and no serious harm was reported among the crew or bystanders. The BBC later released footage of the crash, which quickly drew attention for its gripping depiction of the risks involved in such action-packed productions. The video not only showed the crash itself, but also the chaotic aftermath, showing the challenges of working with aircraft in high-pressure environments. It has since become a notable moment in Top Gear history, blending thrill and danger that defines extreme automotive entertainment.
From Arizona, nerve-wracking footage of a helicopter crash captured on tape. The retired military aircraft was filming a chase in the Korean version of the car show Top Gear when the chopper went down. Amazingly, the pilot and his crew member are okay. They say the chopper's thick exterior saved them.
On July 9, 2018, once the helicopter finally came to a stop, the filmer, who identified himself only as David, managed to escape through a hole in the cabin. The incident serves as a chilling reminder of the dangers that can arise even in well-planned helicopter operations. So which of these crashes shocked you the most? Have you ever experienced something similar or known someone who has? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're curious about the cars in M&M's garage, click here to watch Untouchable Cars in M&M's Garage.